Alrighty, greetings everybody. Welcome to another Q&A slash discussion. Yeah, sorry about the laughter back there. I've been trying to cue things up here, screwing around different sounds and stuff. So my next broadcast will be a little more, how do you say, candy for the ears. How's everyone tonight? Oh, I see a couple people are signing on, which is good. Good to see you, Sue. How was your week? How was your Remembrance Day? Oh, yeah, I should have advertised this more, but mine was quiet too. I didn't go really anywhere. I just chilled in. I was tempted to get some liquor and celebrate some absent friends, but no, just chilled with my wife. Had a nice breakfast. Couldn't really go anywhere because a lot of legions were shut down and a lot of it was a pre-registration slash invite. So that was kind of a slap in the face, all in the name of the beer bug, which I think was just stupid. But okay, needless to say, because paying members should be able to go whenever the hell they want to. Yeah. Yeah, pre-registration or invite. They had a few of those in Ontario as well too, so it turned to a real shit show. So I put on my beret and my medals, and I went and grabbed some cigarettes and some groceries and what have you. And I was asked a couple of questions, and people were saying, "Oh, thank you for your service." And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, thank you. You're welcome." That kind of thing. I was civil. It just didn't feel like a decent day. So like I say, I was tempted to grab a couple of bottles of wine and just chill out, but didn't drink. But watched a couple of good war movies. They weren't gratuitously violent, but they had their upsetting moments. Needless to say, it was a good quiet day in with my wife, chilled, reminisced. It was all right. But I don't know, kind of an insult to our fallen buds. You know what I mean? So I'll get a few more people coming out. Don't be shy, folks. Say hello. Ask me any question you want. Get the discussion going. Let's talk about the presidential election and the fiasco it's become. Let's talk about our politics and the fiasco it's become. Right? You're welcome, Sue. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy doing this podcast. I enjoy doing this, reaching out to all my viewers out there. Ask me anything you like. Well, that's excellent. That adopt a vet thing. That's good. That's good. That is excellent. So keep that on too, because there's a lot of vets that I know personally that have had a hard go. They're getting ahead now, finally. But just more bloody paperwork, more red tape, more BS, more lip service, and it's getting to a point where a lot of good guys and gals are just, they don't know what to do. And I don't want to say anything ill of them, but they're also at a point where they're at a crossroads. They don't know what to think, and I hate to see anything bad happen to them. You know what I mean? So, No Agenda 21. They're wondering how the vets would think if the No Agenda 21. I am not impressed with Canada as we speak. Phil Drost. Hey, how you doing? How are you, buddy? Good. Yeah, it wasn't the same, eh, Phil? A quiet. It's the quiet what's the quiet ceremony? What is that? No, let's have a drink. Let's laugh at some of the jokes these guys told us. Let's laugh at some of the stupid things that some people have done, and yet hold our glasses high and say we will remember for a reason, right? But I bet you our leaders had their little parties and little get-togethers, right? So, well, that's excellent, Sue. I appreciate that. I appreciate the support and the courtesy. Don't be shy, folks. Take advantage of my subscribe tab too for $1.99 a month. You'll be privy to these little conversations, plus a round of applause and a shout out in all your name, just for $2 a month. So please consider that if you can. Credit card, cash. I'm not asking for cash, no. But PayPal, YouTube has a pretty decent system. They get about 30 cents, I think, on every dollar. So $2 a month means I get $1.70. So that doesn't mean, it's not a bad thing, or a correction, $1.99 works out $1.69 I receive, and YouTube gets about 30 cents, I believe. So if you want to donate and become a member of the Crusty Canuck podcast on YouTube, please feel free. Click the join and just follow the prompts. So still working on the hockey jersey and all that too. I've been in touch with my designer. That just sounds weird. My designer. And, we'll go from there. But it's in the works, so don't want you to worry. Don't be shy, folks. Feel free to step up, say hello, ask a question or two. Just like that show Lucifer, right? What do you desire? Well, I don't have that, but don't be shy. It's been a pretty shitty week for both of our countries, for my American friends as well as us up here in the great north. So all these political decisions, people can't decide whether to wear masks or not wear masks, or whether to wear a 3-layered mask or hold our breath. We don't know. But looks like Manitoba is going in for a real turnaround. So don't be shy, folks. Yes, I'm smoking, and this is not meant for children. So I'll get a few more people signing on. Don't be shy, folks. Say hello. Let me know you're out there. Ask me a question. I don't mind handing my opinion around. I don't mind engaging in great dialogue and debates as well. I had some clown from the NDP party send me an email the other day, which was quite interesting, trying to tell me that there's no such thing as proper freedom of speech, and yet freedom of expression should be monitored. And I'm like, oh, really? Needless to say, I didn't engage this person. I just deleted. So that was it. Not to mention the disingenuous politicians that I saw on television yesterday, talking about the sacrifices of our brothers and sisters and our forefathers, what have you. So yes, no agenda, especially what happened in Toronto, that poor kid being killed. And what gets me is those individuals were nailed before. They knew exactly what was going on, and they had trouble with the law before over gun issues. And yet you and I are the criminals, apparently. It was horrible. It's, and I know that area of Toronto. My father used to be a firefighter, so he used to work in that area. So he'd come home and tell me stories about that place. So I guess you can say that was Toronto's hood at the time, but just, we don't have politicians in this country that want to govern or want to lead. They want to dictate and control because their paychecks are pretty nice and their perks are pretty nice too. Not to mention the pensions they receive as well. So they'll say and do whatever to hold on to what they hold dear to their hearts, which is themselves and their ideologues. And people like you and me, we get it up the chuff. So I don't know if it'd make it worse. I would like to see private ownership be treated as such, private ownership. And then my idea would be this: if they ever have a carry law, then we can have it concealed as far as I'm concerned, because I believe in self-defense, right? And within the law, yes, you're allowed to use force with force, but regardless of the situation, you still got to go to court and defend yourself. So that's where they get you, which is a real shit show too. So but I'm for open carry, I'm for concealed carry, I'm for responsible ownership. I'm for everyone who wants to own a rifle or a pistol and do what they want with it, of course, within legal limits, right? Because we're not babies, we're not idiots. especially the fellow veterans out there I talk to as well. There are vets I know that don't own any firearms, but they're not against anyone who does. So, you know, don't be shy, folks. Come out and say hi. So, and if you guys want to check out my shop, please just follow the links in my videos. I'll leave a link here momentarily. Check out my shop. Get yourself some Crusty Canuck swagger. I got t-shirts. I got raglans. I got ball caps, golf caps. I got mugs. I got a little flask you guys could drink out of. Kind of an honor to our fallen vets. Right? I've got magnets. I've got stickers. Check them all out, folks. I want more people signing on. Don't be shy, folks. Say hello. Don't be a stranger. Come on out and say hi. Ask me anything you'd like to know. And if I don't have an answer for you right here and now, I'll get one to you as soon as I can. So, and also type in my email there too if you want to contact me. And by all means, folks, don't be shy. And if you're here, please take advantage of the super sticker. You can see at the bottom of the chat there, little happy face /$, and donate if you like. Anything will do. Like I say in my episodes, I'm not here to make a fast buck. I'd like to make money doing this because it'd be a little more beneficial. I would eventually like to create this podcast and this live stream. A little more comedy, a little more dialogue, but it's going to take people like you to give me a hand. So if you feel like donating, please do. If not, that's fine too. I leave this for free for people who just want to sit and learn and listen and hear another point of view. So I want more people coming out. Don't be shy, folks. Come out and say hi. Say hello. Hello, Brandy. How you doing? That's good to see you. Hey, Kumar. Why am I such a sexy beast? Well, I don't know. But thank you, though. You flatter me. Thank you very much. I appreciate the flirting. Thank you. But I'm a happily married man, too. So, just had to throw that there. Peace of mind. But thank you for the compliment. I don't sit all day and ask myself the question, why am I such a sexy beast? No. But thank you, though. Yeah. I got more people coming out. Don't be shy, folks. Say hello. Ask a question or two. Take advantage of the perks of being part of the Crusty Canuck group here on YouTube. And check out the Podbean, too, as well. Help with the algorithm. Get the independent folks, such as myself, out there and into the stream of things, right? Before all these other tech companies want to censor and censor and censor again and again and again. So more people coming out. Don't be shy, folks. Say hello. Ask me a question. I see someone typing. A few more people coming out. I've asked her. She's not really interested in a lot of it. So, yeah. When I first started, I asked her to be part of it, and she's not really interested in the podcast. She does her own thing, though, too. She does some online sales and stuff. So she makes a few bucks out of that. So she likes doing those. She's not really into the political thing like I am. We sit, we discuss conservative politics, liberal politics, my libertarian beliefs, what I've seen overseas, what I've done. And she's not really as interested as I am when it comes to leadership, and rightfully so. Not everybody is in the political game. Not everybody wants to deal with politicians. Every 4 years they'll go and vote and think who the best person is, carry out their lives, and that's great. So the good thing about my wife is that she stands her ground, though. She stands firm in her beliefs and her morals. It's one of the reasons why I love her so much. So, well, if your wife is left-leaning, let her understand the repercussions of lefty decisions, especially the repercussions that's been going on the past 10 years. I grew up in a lefty household, okay? But my left was not the same as today's left. It was not as full of communist bullshit like it is now. It was full of live and let live policies, traditional liberal principles, right? My dad was a hardworking man. My mother was a hardworking woman. Okay. Every parental unit is not as perfect as you see on television, nor it should be. But they gave me morals and scruples where you judge people on their efforts and their actions and or lack of actions. Excuse me. And regardless of how imperfect some days of my life were, I hold those ethics dear, which give me, give everyone a chance. That's the way it is. Give everyone a chance, equal of opportunity, not equality of outcome. Right? That's simple. So tell your wife this. It's like, okay, if you have $20, what are you entitled to? Right? That's the thing. If your wife says, okay, well, you have $20, give me some of that. It's like, okay, well, for what? It's your $20. Right? I don't mind sharing it with you. I don't mind hearing it because, we're married and all that. And my wife and I were back and forth all the time. You need some money? Oh, yeah. Well, here you go. You need some money? Oh, here you go. And then that's it. Right? So if you want to sort your wife out when it comes to left side politics, engage in good dialogue and good debate. Right? Don't stamp your feet. Don't get mad. Just be yourself. Be calm, cool, and collected. So John Turner used to be that way. I remember him in the late 80s. He was quite liberal and quite factual. He wasn't as soft and as terrible as what the left product is now. Right? So just make sure no agenda that you get your points together too. Right? It's always good to read it, a few extra notes. Like I have a stack of encyclopedias here that I use for reference over there too, some old history books. If I'm doing an episode on something, for example, Louis Riel, I have information on him. If I want to do an episode on Sir John A. Macdonald, I'll have information on him, plus what I was taught in school too. So, yeah, they are the same bird, left wing and right wing. It's the same bird. When you think about it, I actually heard a quote today from Black Pigeon. He's got quite the sight too. He's more of a centrist. Like you can be, fiscally conservative and socially liberal, which is basically a libertarian standpoint. Yes, I don't care who I'm talking to. I don't judge people on the color of their skin, the size of their wallets, or their identities, or what have you. I'll judge in their actions, right? And you're right, no agenda. It's all about feelings and offensive. And don't hurt my feelings, please. Oh, I need a moment. Yeah. See, it's one thing when you insult somebody and you stand your ground and you insult back. It's another thing that if someone gets insulted and they feel offended and then they throw in the whole thing, I don't feel safe, you automatically know what the outcome is going to be. I've been in situations like that before, and it's not worth it. Half of those people that pull that crap don't want to deal with anything, okay? Have been catered to, have been coddled, male and female alike, and it's going to be that much harder for them down the road. So, okay, fine. You're insulted, you're offended, you don't feel safe because of these words I said to you, then I'll walk away and I'll leave you alone, right? That's the way I look at it. How about Christy Cry closet, safe space. Well, that's funny. You mentioned that. Safe space, Marines. Here we go. Yeah. So what gets me is when you look at these bigger schools and institutions, and they put emphasis on safe spaces. Let's say these institutions are training kids to be lawyers and doctors, right? And doctors are privy to see and read some really nasty information about people's health, and they have to see and endure some nasty things. Defense attorneys are privy to see crime scene photographs of nasty, terrible crimes. And the same as prosecutors too. So if you can't handle words or a few little gestures or what they call microaggressions, how can you defend anybody in the court of law? How can you help someone get over a diagnosis or get over a terminal illness or live with a terminal illness if you can't handle a few effing words, right? How can you sit there and call yourself a leader, right, when you worry about a few offensive words, right? I don't buy that crap at all, too. And what sucks is that I've had a few people I worked for in the military that are really, really putting that emphasis on feelings, too. So it's scary, folks. It's a shit sandwich all around. So. Oh, I see more people are signing on. That's good. About it was 9 there. Okay, 8, 9 now. So hey, don't be shy, folks. Say hello. Ask me a question. Ask me your heart's desire. Hey, don't be shy. Yes, I know, folks. I'm smoking too much, but I'm working on it. Trust me. Greetings, Flying Beaver. Good to see you. Thanks for coming out. Yes, I'll eventually do the podcast too, where I'll actually have people having the ability to call in and ask their questions too, or send their points of view or what have you. So, well, it's good to see you too, Flying Beaver. Thanks for coming out. Thank you again for subscribing. And I want to thank everybody too for the subscriptions I've had the past few days alone. I posted something on my Facebook page in regards to having 6,666 subscribers. So I was metal for a while, right? But now I'm at about 745, 746. So I've gone up 100 subscribers in the past 4 days. So that's fantastic for me. It makes me feel good. Hope it makes you feel good. Outstanding. So, Mr. Christie. Really? Got wrote up a few years back for telling a guy to stop swinging a hammer like a purse, and he would get further. Did he have a good cry? Did he feel that those words were unsafe? Agenda: work at university, diversity, sustainability, and safe spaces. I need a drink. Well, hey, I agree with sustainability when it comes to common sense sustainability, but diversity is an idea. Diversity of ideas to me are paramount. I don't care who's teaching me the class. I don't care who's looking after my administration. I don't care who's looking after accommodations. I don't care who does this. It's fine. Jobs for everybody, to qualified people. Okay. Who here sees on Facebook the odd time you can get your PhD in diversified applications, or you get your PhD in social justice? What exactly is a PhD in social justice? You only threw 5 bricks at the riot instead of what, 20? What? Well, Robert, you know what we can do? We can just chat this up to experience, right? Like I've said a few times too, I worked a job on a base gym, and I was hauled in on a kangaroo court because one of the supervisors did not feel safe confronting me on what I said. So what's this person doing being a supervisor? And secondly, why didn't this person take the initiative to say, hey, Crusty Canuck, why didn't you, confront me on something rather than just going through all this red tape BS and have me let go from said position? So. No, the thing being is someone is going to say the wrong thing to somebody. Someone's going to spaz out, right? And it's going to turn into a real nasty fight. It's going to turn into a real joke. So, oh yeah, the ad block. I've used that too. I don't worry. I just look at my feed and I see it there. I'm just like, what? I just skip it. It's like we're taught in basic media studies. You don't like it? Turn the page. Don't like it? Scroll up or scroll down. That's simple. Or, set your settings. Right? Don't let that stuff bother me. I just kind of shake my head because some poor guy is going to say, well, I need a post-secondary education, and he or she's going to spend 20, 25 grand to get that certification. And then before you know it, it turns into a real nightmare. Oh, hey, yeah. How's it going? Just going live. Okay. Okay. Thanks. Anyone have similar experiences with that, with the administrative nightmare of the whole SJW spectrum? Yeah. I'll get more people coming out. Don't be shy, folks. Say hello. Say hello. Don't be a stranger, even friends of mine that know I'm coming out tonight. Don't be shy. Say hello. Say hi. Well, that's a good thing, Mr. Beaver, because it's a good thing to know the differences too. Because when I left the military, I was pondering post-secondary, either into history, political science, go figure, eh? And I just didn't like the whole social justice warrior format when you see at these schools. I just no, because I'd probably go to jail. Well. Well, see, that's the thing, Mr. Beaver. You have a background too, so you can understand things, right? You also have a work ethic, from what I can tell here. So, roll up the sleeves. Let's get to work. Let's get this done. If you get hurt in the job, okay, we'll look after you. But then if you're going to sit there and whine about your feelings, then you're wasting my time. Yeah, neither would I. I wouldn't go there today. All right. Hello, Caitlin. How you doing? Who would you like me to say hello to, Sue? I want to see more people signing up. Don't be shy, folks. Say hello. I'll be here for at least another 45 minutes. So, more people showing up. Hi, Gary. How you doing? I'm great. Great, Gary. How's life with you? Oh, hello, Caitlin. How are you? Well, that's the thing what gets me too, because you see Manitoba doing their panic, Ontario doing the panic. It's all it is. It's panic, right? The survival rate is 99.9% or 98.5%. I forget the exact figure, but it's up there. And it's a damn shame that a lot of people in these homes are being sequestered and getting sick. But they're also finding out, too, in some of these homes that people are literally laying in their poopy and pissy fucking pants. So let's take a look at some of these administrators and how they treat the elderly, too. And not so much worry about the government stepping in, because we've seen how the government stepped in now. So I don't know. It's tough to say. I haven't heard anything about the borders yet, but I know Roxham Road is still open. People are still being escorted across there and somewhat being detained. But I'd like to see the borders open, right? But that's the thing, though. Canada kept the borders open until just after, I think, what was it, May? So good to see you, Brian. Thanks for coming out. Not too bad. How about you doing? Well, how are you guys? How's your neck of the woods? Don't be shy, folks. Take advantage of joining the perks, too. If not, please use those super stickers down below in the chat box there. If you want to donate something, feel free to. Well, I'm open to anything. Donations are always good. They help me build this podcast into something bigger and brighter. So, Windsor still has traffic. Okay, so the bridge is still open, right? It's just essential stuff that's coming across, I'm assuming. Going down, coming up, all that good stuff. Try to wear a mask. Yeah, I keep one on me, because usually when I go shopping, I don't want to be bothered. I just want to go do my thing. So I'll keep a mask on me, Yeah, I hear you, Brian. It is terrible. Doug Ford is not as bright and shiny as he appeared to be. Eh? Yeah. Yeah, Nate's not too bad there, Mr. Beaver. I did some gunsmith training there. That was a great course. I kind of wish they had more courses available, because that was a great course to get into it. It helped me with my machining. It reminded me of how fractions are still important. So, well, if you taught there, you'd still have merit, would you not? At least have some hold, because you'd be alumni, I'm assuming. Or they're trying to get rid of that too, right? You're not a diverse alumni. Yeah, trades. You can never go wrong with trades. I tried to get into carpentry there a few months back, because there were a couple of lads in this area looking for labor. But because of the whole beer bug issue, they've had to cut their losses. So, the thing is, Beaver, you just do what you got to do. Do what you think is right. Follow your scruples and stand by them, right? Merit-based, yeah, that's almost like a dirty word to some of these institutions now, right? See, the thing with wokeness, I find that it's a very, very obscure worldview. They're basing all this woke drama based on history that happened years and years ago, before any of us were alive. And you'd be hard pressed to find a third of the racial BS they keep spewing. So, hey, not a problem at all, Gary. By all means, how are your fractions? Let's just say tech math was never my biggest subject in school, but it was good to know. It was good to know some of it, the principles of it, but at the time where I thought I was going, I wasn't really into tech math. I just didn't see the relevance in a lot of it. So, Well, that's the thing. You don't need a piece of paper to tell you that um, you're important. I got a piece of paper right here that I received 22 years ago. Right, that was my armed forces affirmation. Right, you can put any diploma in the same kind of frame. What does it mean? Okay, you get a diploma. That's great. Right, but a lot of these so-called educated officials forget the magic word called humility. So, and look what you did, Gary. Look what you overcame too. Look what you overcame. And you're lucky, sure, but still, you've got the precision. You understand it. You know what to do. You've all that year's experience. You know. Yep. See, that's the thing, because I look at that. That means a lot to me too. Because okay, I got accepted, I got sworn in, all that good stuff, paid my dues, and yet in the end of the day, it's still just a piece of paper. It's like a memory, So, but it's something I did, something I earned, something I'm proud of. Okay, and I too, regardless of all the woke stuff that's going on right now, I knew what I did. Yeah, you get what you put into life, and in a way, I've had a second wind in it too, so which is good. It's one of the reasons why I do this show. You know? Well, I'm sure they never forgot. It's just a lot of them are afraid. I guess you can say that's the Canadian nicety. Where we have to apologize for something that we didn't do, and I didn't commit any crimes. I didn't steal anything from anybody, but I was willing to take a rifle and hop on a plane and go to a foreign country and do my part for this nation. And there's a lot of my brothers and sisters who didn't come back. And a lot of my brothers and sisters right now that are feeling the sting of the red tape admin called Veterans Affairs and the red tape admin and bean counters called the Liberal Party of Canada. Right. And I know the Conservatives did some bad things too, but we're dealing with people that are in charge now. And I'm not impressed. You've heard me rant about them. So, well, that's the thing, Beaver. You've got the rest of your life too to do what you got to do. Well, it's appreciated. You're welcome. Not to disenfranchise people who genuinely mean thank you for your service. But every time I hear a politician say that, I'm just like, nah, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. But my fans, my listeners out there are like, yes, thank you. And in a way, I'm still serving. I'm still criticizing the powers that be. I still want to serve this nation in a capacity. So if they do call an election, yes, I will go out for the VCP party, the Veterans Coalition Party. So we're always lied to. One way or the other, you're lied to. You talk to anybody that served in the Balkans in the early 90s, and they'll tell you many stories about being lied to, especially when it came to dangerous situations where they had to return fire. Medak Pocket is an example of that. I had the honor of talking to a couple of soldiers that served in that battle, and they're still not right. So, I'm not saying they're destitute or they're but they're not impressed the way they were treated when they got home too. So, and it's not so much of the senior brass; it was a lot of the politicians at that time telling the senior brass to, you know what I mean, because of whatever image they were trying to promote. But I felt I was lied to, because when I had my first diagnosis, I was told prior to that I had no real issues. Okay, So like a good little soldier, I sucked it up and carried on. But then things were adding up to eventually I just, so I was lied to there. And some of the administration I had to deal with after my diagnosis, I had to be very, very skeptical. And I basically had to bug the powers that be. I need to see a shrink, an actual psychologist. So upon my release, I did. And the more sessions I had, the more abilities I had to get out there and express myself. Because in the military, you're not always allowed to express yourself. You just learn how to suck it up and carry on, right? But there's only so much people can suck up. You got to vent one way or the other. So, but there are a lot of troops I know personally that are still fighting for benefits too. And that's where it gets really difficult too, because luckily I had a local politician help me, right? But we shouldn't have to rely on that. When you're told you can get this and get that and get this out of the way, then it should be done without having to sign another piece of paper or to do another phone call or play phone tag or an email, another paper, like, fuck, when do these papers end, right? So I'll give you an example. Where is it? For all the conditions that I supposedly had, right? This here, right, is all of the papers I had to sign prior to my release. So that's a small briefcase. Don't you see these things in law offices? Yeah, so gives you an insight. So, well, I would love to do a show with Raging Humanist. I would love to do a show. I've talked to him briefly, so all I need is an invite. So that's the thing. The next time he wants to go live or whatever, just give me some notice. Yeah, I would love to do a show. I did a couple of shows with Canadian Patriot podcast. I did an interview with Cousin L, the lady from Ontario. And on Saturday, I will be interviewed by I Got Your Six. They're a good little website or a good little YouTube channel that are helping out veterans, and they're also advocates for the Veterans Coalition Party too. So if you want to stay tuned to that, by all means, you're more welcome to. Right? Look, it looks like there are more people signing up. Don't be shy, folks. Say hello. And please take advantage of my new shop, customizedgirl.com/Crusty Canuck. I've got t-shirts, I've got hats, I got mugs, your typical fare. I got magnets, I got buttons, lots of Gucci kit there for you as all. So some patriotic stuff, some veteran stuff, some gun rights stuff. By all means, check it out, ladies and gentlemen. And like I said, take advantage of the super stickers here too. If you feel like donating, please donate. If not, there are links in my description columns in all my videos where you can donate to, please. So, yeah, there's never any money for vets. And, of course, that reservation up by Thunder Bay that apparently has had contaminated water now for the better part of 25 years. Interesting. So, yeah, probably maybe not tonight. Maybe tomorrow night it can go on. I can't tonight though. So, no, I haven't chat with Grizzly Patriot yet. I've done some emails with him. I haven't had responses yet. I've reached out to a few people, international people too. Some really some intellectuals. I reached out to Spencer Fernando. I reached out to Janice Fiamengo. I gave up on Jordan Peterson a while ago because, he just got super popular pretty quick. I've looked into Gad Sad. I love his work. I've even sent an email to the Joe Rogan podcast. So I've been trying to get out there too. So in one of my videos, I reached out to Cameo and I spent, I think it was $80. And I got Kevin Sorbo to do me an endorsement, which was nice. So I was really happy with that too. So when I have a few more bucks in the bank, I might even get John Cleese to say a word or two if need be. So. Well, Mr. Beaver, I think you can overcome and adapt because you have the integrity. Mr. Sillywalks. I would ask him to do that, but I think he might hurt himself because he's older than my father. So I don't want to see the man get hurt. But that would be funny if he did. I could just see that. Okay. Now, maybe I'll try then tomorrow night, Gary. Sure thing. Well, I could see John Cleese just sitting there kind of looking, and then, he has to mention how important he is, and he has to do something insulting like in the Holy Grail. Call me elderberry or something like that. And he wants to shake his privates at my auntie's. That's fine. He can do that too. I don't mind. That would be that would be beneficial. In a very staunch British accent. And then you should watch Crusty Canuck. Yes. And shake your privates at his auntie's. Yes. That'd be something like that. That would be funny, I think. I'd have to save the actual video of him doing that though when I do another video, right? So I think that would be beneficial. I would really think that would help, but I need the money, so. No, I'm not asking though. I'm asking, if you guys want to donate, please donate. Take advantage of the super sticker at the bottom, right? Or just join the page. Go to Crusty Canuck on YouTube and then just join the page, and you can follow 4 tiers to choose from. So. Well, that's the thing. We all want full-time work, and we all want to make a full-time job out of things we enjoy. Like, I would like to make this a full-time job too. I would love to have the ability that Joe Rogan has or other famous guys have too. Like I say, it took them a couple of years to get things in the go as well. I've been doing this technically since July 2018, right? So I might go D-Live. I might go Restream. I'm not exactly sure. I've looked at a few of them. Streamlabs has a pretty good selection as well. But I like to do a D-Live. I like to do it where I can actually get some really good responses and get paid too. That's the thing. Like I say, I'm making money with YouTube right now. But it seems like every other video I put up, they limit the advertising and they limit this because I can't mention the American election or I can't mention this. And I'm just like, what? What am I saying that's so terrible? Right? So. Well, like I say in all my videos, like it's part of my brand. I do swear a lot. I do drop a lot of F-bombs. That's fine. But I'm just like, it's my brand. It's who I am. I guess you can say Crusty Canuck is the alter ego, but it's not as intense as, let's say, what would Jack Nicholson compare to his Joker, or Heath Ledger compare to Joker. No, so I'm not joking. It's Crusty Canuck is my brand. This is what I'm offering the masses. And when I do the live streams, I want to show my masses, and this is who I am, right? I'm not going to hide behind a screen all the time or hide behind a logo. I eventually want to get out there and make a video series too, similar to what Joe Rogan does or what Steven Crowder does, right? But my own little niche too, right? So don't get the lemon thing. Lemon, you mean as in lemon curry? Lemon thing on D-Live. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I have to look into that too. No, I'm not going to change. I'm keeping my logo. I'm keeping my brand. If I have to upgrade something, I'll upgrade something. If I have to tweak something, I'll tweak it. Fine, But I'm not going to do any of these. what a lot of kiddies do with eggs and stuff. And no, I'm not going to do makeup tutorials. The fish slapping dance. That would be priceless if you could do that. If him and Michael Palin could sit there and just hit each other with fish, that would be hilarious. Okay, Gary. All right. So yeah, they're basically just logos for cash and whatever. Okay, that's fine. Flounder. Oh Jesus, you know how expensive they are, especially getting them out here. So I'd have to pay him, buy an effing flounder for a 77-year-old man to lop somebody. Must just hire a hitman. A halibut, yeah, or just a box of frozen fish. There's lots of lake trout you can buy at your No Frills or Co-op. So spam would work, yeah. I can do spam. I don't have to see though. I'll have to ever start raising some money for that, folks. But speaking of which, if you feel like donating, folks, don't be shy. Click on the subscribe super sticker there. Give what you can, or don't forget to join. Like I say, I'm up about 6,700 plus people now subscribe to my channel. And let's say if I had half of them give me $1.99 a month, wow, I would be on my way. So consider that, folks. It'll be money well spent. That could work too. Yeah, that skit could work. I'm more partial to the Hell's Grannies, though. I've always liked that skit. And then there's the obscure one from the TV series called The Bishop. I like that one as well. So, Hell's Grannies, yeah. Oh no, it's the Bishop. I like that one too. I see more people signing on. Don't be shy, folks. Say hello. Drop a plug or two. Ask me what you'd like to know. Yeah, I noticed that there's Sue about the legions too. They're going to be hurting for a while. So, if you'd like to, sure. I prefer though. Yeah, and I can't speak English right now. Just email it to me there, Gary, if you can. Yeah, just drop it there if you can. Well, that's the thing. When you use that service, they send you the video and you can save it in your files like a music file or a video file, so you can keep it, right? So, yeah, that's a good thing. I still got Kevin Sorbo there on my phone there, so I might use it again in another episode. We'll see. So, and before I forget, folks, I put up a poll in my community page on what you'd like to see. Would you like me to keep my traditional 30-minute format when I do my podcast, or should I jump to 60-minute format? And it looks like the 60-minute one is picking up some real good speed. So if you get a chance, by all means, check out my community page, give an answer to said poll, and we can go from there. Okay. We got about a foot of snow So in beautiful Alberta, we've got some snow, and it's about it was minus 15 today. So yeah, but that's typical. That's November's as far as I can remember. Like I've been out in Alberta since 2008. So and that November, there was no snow that I remember. So, but every other November after that has been snow. Not too much though, but cold. So. Yeah, needless to say, Beaver, it's just miserable. So. You want 60 Celsius or 60 Fahrenheit? 60 Fahrenheit isn't bad, 60 Celsius sucks. Yeah, minus 50 sucks. Yeah, if I want minus 50, I'll go live in none of it and try to enjoy the solar panels that the Liberal government put up there. Yeah, okay. So. Perfect, Gary. Yeah, and I'll get to it there in a little while. So, Liberal government cussing words. Yeah, well, nothing liberal about the Liberal Party, right? Yeah, so, yeah. I see more people signing on. Don't be shy, folks. Say hello. Ask me a question or two. Don't be shy. Well, I've had a few people say they're going to show up to these things and they don't show up. And then they ask me how the live stream went. And it's like, well, why didn't you show up? It's kind of like, oh, I'm going to give you a call. Okay, give me a call. If you don't call, well, then, hey, you know what I mean? Sure thing, Beaver. Like I say, folks, don't be shy. Take advantage of, right, of joining the Crusty Canuck page. Get yourself some good swagger. If not, just check out the shop. Nonetheless, I'll leave a link here shortly. All right, we'll get up here and get this on the go for you all here. So, and don't forget to check out my latest video that I put up 3 days ago in regards to the presidential election south of us. All right, it's quite all that and more. Quite the abomination, to say the least. So. I'll leave this link up here for you too. So please take advantage of this link if you can, or just grab the super sticker there at the bottom of the comment page. Donate what you can. Brian, oh, okay, 60 Fahrenheit. Okay, yeah, I have family on near the Bay of Quinte there, so yeah, they've had some beautiful weather there. So I'll leave a link to my store as well. So if you want to buy some Crusty Canuck gear, feel free to. Right. Check that out as well. I will add that momentarily. So don't be shy, folks. There we go. Check out my store there as well, too. Well, a week ago, we had about plus 18, which was nice. And then come Sunday, boom. So, yeah, we had some snow. But I'm not worried. I look after my truck. I shovel my driveway. I shovel my deck. So it's not like it's hard, right? But yeah, I hope it warms up a bit. But it's hard to say, Brian, about the election process because we've even had a few people here receive ballots for deceased loved ones. Go figure. I would say we can do the process quicker than our American counterparts, but in the same sense, I'm a firm believer in photo identification and going to a polling station with, let's say, your home address on it, like with an envelope with something with your home address and identification. I don't buy this whole kumbaya where anyone can vote. No, you've got to be a citizen of said country to vote in said country. You know, and I'm skeptical of our election process. I do trust it, but I'm very skeptical of it at the same time too. So. Thing is I don't see too many of our leaders really harping about the election process. I see them jumping the gun because of what they want to see south of us. But I like to see Canadian leaders again worry about Canada and not worry so much about what's going on south of us or what the media is saying about south of us. Let's start worrying about Canada. Okay? Let's worry about Ontario. Let's worry about Quebec. Let's worry about New Brunswick. Let's worry about every province, every area. Let's worry about our environment, how our trade is going, how our dollar is going, and what we can do to improve it. What we can do to improve the lives of Canadians. 1, by letting them thrive on their own. 2, freedom, peace, and security. Okay, clean water, of course, goes along with peace and security. So, did you really? How did you receive that ballot? Do you have relatives that were American, Mr. Beaver? Wow. Do you still have that? Trudy needs a good swift to kick a reality. Oh. No, I don't like the online votes either, and I don't buy the mail-in ballots. I would understand the mailing-in ballot. Let's say if you're working overseas and you miss an election, then it should be up to the individual who's overseas or what have you to find the means to get his or her vote in. Right? Wow. I would have liked to seen that, Beaver. I would have, you take a picture of that and then send me that. That would have been something. Yeah, I would have used that for my next episode for sure. That's excellent. Mm. Would have been something, but I know the FBI is doing an investigation too, because as far as I know, in the United States, nothing is finite until the electoral college finites it, and that they don't do that till like the first week of December, right? So that way it gives them a good month to sort some shit out if it has to be sorted out. But I don't think Donald Trump is going to kick and scream come 20th of January. No, but I think he wants a fair election. I don't agree with half the stuff he's done, but I also agree with the fact that he's done something. He's said some stupid tweets and what have you. But I don't think he's a terrible human being. He's not a fascist. He's not a communist. He's not a dictator, right? He's just, he's a business savvy guy. He's a business leader, so. Yeah, I heard that a couple of days ago. They have to go to the Electoral College. Now, I don't know if and but about it, but the Electoral College has to finite the whole thing. Not the media, not CNN, not CTV, not CBC, not CBS. They have to. But it's obvious where the narrative is going to and where it's coming from. So. Well, see, that's the thing. Washington has their elite. Canada has the Laurentian elite. which is very, very similar to the family compact of the 1830s. So, you know. Well, see, that's the thing, though. I find the opposition is doing something concrete and substantive, but I don't find that they're doing enough. They've already contemplated the we issue. They've already got rid of the we documents. Nothing's been said or done about it. You know. Well, see, that's the thing with Toronto, because they have all these districts, right? These are districts that were carved up prior to 1867. So that speaks for itself, you know. Yeah. Well, I'll keep dodging the questions because they don't really have the answers, and I don't find them. I don't find them legit. You know, they're probably intelligent in their own rights, but they're not looking at it for Canada. They're not. So. I've had some of my American listeners weigh in, and they asked me what I thought about Trump and what I thought about Joe Biden and what I thought about AOC, and I'm just like, nah, they're just. I don't know. If I was an American, it would be very, very hard for me to make a concrete decision based on what I have seen here. But my general live in the United States too, so you know. But based on the violence that's been going on the past 6 months, especially since the George Floyd situation, I don't see the left brand down there being any better than our left brand up here. So. See, that's the thing, Mr. Beaver, because I actually had a Quebecer weigh in on me, and he spoke very well. And he spoke very English very well, of course, French. And it was almost like this guy was entitled to magical things that came from Alberta and the rest of the country. And I remember asking him, it's like, well, where do you think Quebec sits on Canada? And they said, well, we sit on top, of course. And I said, well, how do you feel that the top always gets knocked down? And I wish I still had this email. I was just so annoyed with this human being, I just deleted it. But he more or less said to me that cream always rises to the top. And my response was, yeah, and it also sours quicker too. So my response to, well, his response to me was, oh, you know, I just didn't bother. I just deleted this person. But I kept that in the back of my head because it goes to show how some of the arrogance of some of the separatists are just ludicrous. They're just like, really? You're that superior to what? To whom? Right? I've debated with some Quebecers in regards to the whole social, what they have in the province. That's great. Social programs are excellent, but what do you think pays for them? Canadian tax dollars, provincial and federal alike. So, if a province gets $13 billion from a resource that comes from across the nation, then that resourceful province should be able to have pipelines to get stuff to market. You would think, but no, of course not. So it's a very different attitude. And I've worked with a lot of Quebecers in the military, and they're nothing like that. They were nothing separatist. They never thought they were superior to everybody. They didn't have their nose in the air. I think the biggest situation I come across was with a reservist who was a separatist, and I tuned him in royally. So that was a time where I was a brand new master corporal, so I had something to prove, and I proved it. So. Well, folks, I can give this another 10, 15 minutes. So get your questions in. Don't forget to subscribe and donate too. And if you're a first-time viewer of the Crusty Canuck podcast, please follow me at Crusty Canuck.podbean.com on the Podbean and here on YouTube. Don't be shy, folks. Oh, I know, Gary. lots of collections. My father has a decent collection too. Right, so we're not impartial to guns. What guns? What guns? There's no guns here. What are you talking about? What do you smoke crack? There's no guns here. Yeah. No such thing in guns in Canada. No. That goes up there with Canada peacekeepers. Yeah. Yes, I lost mine in the boating accident too. The great boat migration that comes from the northern rivers. It goes up there with the tin bits we give to the elderly. Yes. Yeah. As I don't forget, folks, take advantage of the super stickers there. If you feel like donating, please donate. Every little bit helps. And like the link I added earlier, please consider subscribing too. For $1.99 a month, you get privy and appraise from these little live streams here too. Plus good, honest, decent Canadian content. So give that a shot. Don't forget to pay attention to my Facebook page and my community page for updates on all the events that's going on with this podcast too. So. Yeah, that's going up North Country, eh? You're going to need that ammo. I know the bears are pretty big up there. So. All right, take care, Brian. All the best. Thanks for coming out. Big applause for Brian, everybody. Well, if you're up in that part of the country, it's good to have a rifle or something handy, right? Because you just don't know. And I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about animals, right? So.
Did we only buy one can of Prego?
Hmm?
Did we only buy one jar of Prego sauce?
There's two of them. There should be two there. Well, there's more people signing on, so get your questions in, folks. If you can, don't be shy. Like I say, every 2 weeks I try to do these live streams. So 2 weeks from tonight, let's see, which would be, yes, the 26th, I shall try this again. So, but please take advantage of the super sticker here at the bottom of your comment page. And donate what you can, folks. Every little bit helps. So. Maybe send me that link there, Mr. Beaver. It might be a good read. Send me the link there, Mr. Beaver, if you can. That'd be great. So. Oh, well then. Well, we'd all just rather watch the movie. That's fine. But yes, by all means, send me the link to the story and maybe I'll give it a read. So. Oh, wow. Well, if you even knew the guy, even better, too. So more nostalgia there for sure. That's fantastic. Definitely have to read it now. So I'll give a couple more minutes, folks, and I'll shut this down. So I'm going to chill with my wife, watch some sci-fi, another coffee. This time it'll be warmer because this one's cold. So don't be shy, folks. Get your questions in. If you feel like donating, please donate. Just use the super sticker at the bottom there. Give what you can, or any of my donation spots there on my page. So that sounds great, Mr. Beaver. I appreciate that. If you could, sure, that'd be excellent. So, well, don't be shy, folks. Say hello. Well, there's a few faces I haven't seen in a while. Thanks for coming. There's a few more that pop up. I see my people joining, but then they leave again. Why am I ugly? You don't think I'm pretty? Huh? Sure, I enjoy homegrown talent. I enjoy novels that are written on a personal experience rather than just off the cuff. By all means, take care. No agenda. Thank you for coming out. Appreciate it. Don't be shy, folks. Ask me all your questions there before I shut this down. So, oh, great. Well, I appreciate the no agenda. Thank you. I'm glad. Please share around too. Comment. Get the algorithm going. So every time I post a video up, I try to let everyone know. So share it around. Share it around. And keep sharing. So. Jason from BC, we need rifles to hunt for food and protect us against totalitarianism. How do we stop the tyranny? That's a good question. Because I personally believe violence as a last resort. But I've also said to you, my audience, and other listeners too, someone's breaking into my house to take something that belongs to me, all bets are off. So, because they're using violence to get an advantage over me, which, as far as I'm concerned, is not right. And we're all guilty of paying land taxes, and we pay mortgages, and we pay rent, respectively. We deserve our right of privacy. We deserve our right of expression. Freedom of speech is paramount. I don't care how you feel about words, right? I've had a lot of people say some rotten and lousy things to me, and yet I'm still here. So, but if anyone breaks into my home with the intent of hurting or taking something from me without my permission, we're going to have a problem. Oh, no doubt, Mr. Beaver, because you're on the other side of the world, and there's some Canadiana right there. That's kind of proud. That's something to be proud about, especially if you knew the individual too, right? So, yes, that's right, Sue, as it should be. I don't care if that individual represents the law, represents this group or that group, or any group for that matter. You will not be taking my property. You treat grown men and women like dogs, you're going to get bit. So, Yuri Bezmenov, yes, I've heard of him. He was the defector from the KGB. He defected to Canada back in the 80s, and he was explaining how the KGB and the Communist Party, of course, worked hand in hand in creating the useful idiot syndrome that Lenin coined prior to his stroke. So, Oh, you're welcome anytime, Beaver. I'm glad. I'm glad. Please subscribe, pass it around, share around a like too if you can. Anytime. Like I said, my next live stream will be on the 26th November at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So to my European listeners, I can't really do the math right now. I think it's 6 hours Greenwich Mean Time this time of year, 6 or 7 hours. And I just recently found out too, I have about 5 Australian subscribers. So hello to Australia. And I've actually had a few Mexican subscribers too. So hola. Right. Some Eastern European people have weighed in and said some nice things to me. So you're all welcome as far as I'm concerned. So sounds great, Flying Beaver. And stay tuned to my community page too for updates on newer episodes, new podcasts, status, and all that, as well as my Facebook page too. I'll get all the information out there as quick as I can get it. So no problem, Jason. Ask me anytime, anything you want to know. And I got a few minutes left here before I sign off, so please get your questions in. If you do feel like donating, ladies and gentlemen, please take advantage of the super sticker icon at the bottom of the comment page there, little $sign, and give what you can. If not, then please consider joining, or you can support me by other means in my description columns on my videos. You can reach me through PayPal, through Patreon, on my Podbean page, and through Subscribestar too. So you're banned from Facebook. Okay. Well, what did Facebook do to you? You're telling them the truth about something? Yeah, by all means, stick to my community page. I'll give updates as they come too. So, I see. They don't like that. No. Yeah, they'd rather talk about gender parodies and stuff like that, and fluid. Yes, we know how that works. Yeah. No problem, Beaver. It's a pleasure. You're welcome here anytime. You're all welcome here anytime. So I encourage it. Keep the dialogue going, questions going, getting answers and questions alike, and suggestions and solutions. I like to try viable solutions to things. I actually had a debate with somebody from the NDP talking about geothermal technology. And this individual wised up saying, well, Miss Notley was in, she could have done this, but Jason Kenney took it from her. And you can get a lot done when it comes to geothermal energy in 3 months. You can do enough research in 3 months to find the pros and cons of any energy source. It's a matter of getting the logistics done and getting the information out there. But, yeah, it's a different agenda, Jason. I've had some warnings too. I put a picture up of a copper mine, which is similar to what they do with lithium. We've all seen how copper mines work. It's those layer upon layers. It looks like a giant drill head's come down and drilled all these laneways into the earth, right? And the same people that promote lithium usage in batteries are dead against fossil fuels. And yet, you need the generators to power these electric cars. And these generators run on what? Diesel? Where does diesel come from? Right? So, viable solutions to these dilemmas, I think, are key. Wind power, yeah, it may work in some spots. Solar in some spots. But people forget that Canada, from at least October till April, we have a bit of a hard time with a lot of sunshine. Yes, unicorn farts, pixie farts, fairy dust, unicorn piss, all that good stuff. Yes, that's what's going to save the world, right? So, a few more minutes, folks. Another 6 minutes, and I'll sign off. So get your questions in, get your statements in, points, solutions. Yes, oil matters. You can't have pixie dust without proper oil, right? I'm actually looking into hemp production as well, because you can make everything out of hemp. You can still grow hemp without the THC and still make a beneficial product for cotton, right, for clothing, a substitute for cotton for food energy. Hemp hearts is one hell of a decent protein for you, vegan and meat eaters alike. right? Fuel can be made from it. Lubrication can be made from it. Building materials can be made from it. So all those benefits from one hemp crop. Wow. You know what I mean? I think there's a formula where you can do something with canola oil too to make it a lasting fuel as well. So instead of putting the canola in your French fries and on your salad, you can put it in your engine too. So, well, I'd say it's suppressed government info. I also say it's been suppressed too, because I remember the electric car when it made its first debut back in 1990. I think it was through Ford Motor Company. Was it Ford or GMC? And it just disappeared too. Oh, yes, of course. You know, a lot of materials during World War II were built from hemp. Parachute strings, a lot of ties and binds for the Navy, you know, was made from hemp. So you've got a great product here that takes up a fraction of the land compared to trees. Beneficial for everyone who uses it. Everyone can make a profit out of it, right? Netting coverage, exactly. A lot of good, strong materials can be made from hemp, right? And of course, the THC kind, you know, as you're making your hemp bricks, you can have a wee smoke and think about 2112. Yay. So, but practicality, you know, where people can benefit from it. That's the thing. Oh, no doubt. No. And canola is a big market for salads. And it's a big market for deep fryers, right? So, well, they'll contaminate it or they'll put a restriction on it, regulation, and charge you their 10, 15%, right? Retailers, for example, with these, right? Retailers make about $1.50 in the province of Alberta for every pack they sell. And we all know that these are about $15 a punch. So retailers make $1.50. The actual manufacturer makes about $3 or $4, right? Government gets the rest. So you're looking at $10 a pack of smokes, right? I mean, think about it. $10, right? And they're still in debt. So, okay, folks, 2 minutes to go. So get your questions in. All that good stuff. Remember, take advantage of the super sticker there. Donate what you can. If not, use the link and join the Crusty Canuck page on YouTube. Right? You'll have benefits. Just read the tier system. Like I said, I'm working on a hockey jersey too, so that'll be coming out hopefully in the next couple of weeks. I'll get the designs and I'll put it on my community page where I'll leave a poll up and you guys can decide which is a better design and I can get them made and then out to you, the consumer and the fan. Right? The name on the jersey will be Krusty's Canuckers. So, and that will be based on the poll that I did a few months back while I was designing the shirt. So, thinking of a proper name. So, here's a link. Take advantage of it, please, if you can. And join the Crusty Canuck channel if you can. So, profits suppressed because of government regulations. Profits suppressed because there's too many hands involved in it. As far as I know, and what I remember when Pierre Trudeau brought in the National Energy Program, there was quite a bit of the Democratic American interest in it as well. So when you look at the Tides Foundation, which is called the Make Way Foundation, they have a say in a lot of good things too. They're not doing it for the environment. They're basically doing it to line their pockets. So, Rifle Chair's channel. No, send me a link if you can there, Beaver. I gave you my email. Send me a link to his channel and I'll check him out. So, happy Friday 13th. Yes, I've heard of Vivian Krause. I want to reach out to her too and have a talk with her if I can. Yes, yeah. I know she's not a fan of Rebel Media. I've met 3 people from Rebel Media, so they're not as bad as she says, but I like her no-nonsense attitude when it comes to how the oil is treated in this country. So I would say UN. I would say more of guys in the UN and lining someone else's pockets. for the sake of the UN. I don't believe the UN's a force for good anymore. I don't. Even though Canada was one of the founding members, I don't believe it's a force for good. I don't. As much as I'd like to see unity with other nations, and I mean unity as a good trade, a good relationship, without messing with anyone's sovereignty or anyone's identity, I don't think the UN is a force for good. The WHO can't make up their mind. The World Food Program can't make up its mind. Right? And the answers to solve starvation are right there in black and white on paper, and they don't do it. They don't emphasize on it. Like I said, if any of you listeners and viewers out there alike get a chance to talk to any Canadian soldiers that served in the early 1990s under the Blue Beret, okay, listen to their stories, and you'll get a good insight on what it is, what they had to go through, administratively, emotionally, physically, socially, too, with that. So, not a problem, Jason. I say what I can based on the information that I have, that I've read. There's more I have to read, more I have to research, but I'd rather tell it like it is than tell it like it isn't. Right? So, anyhow, folks, I'm going to be shutting this down. So, thank you to everyone who came out tonight. A great conversation as always. And thank you very much to my new subscribers and my most recent subscribers out there. It's because of folks like yourself that help me keep this channel strong, keep it going, getting the information out there. And I'm very, very appreciative of everyone who come out tonight, especially my last live streams, who keep sending me the positive and warm emails and comments. Thank you very much. And I'm going to keep doing what I do because of viewers like yourself. So anyhow, folks, it has been, well, it still is, the 12th of November. Remember our vets. Yesterday was a little odd for me because of certain closures, what have you, but keep fighting the good fight. Stand your ground. Fight for liberty. Fight for freedom. Freedom of speech, freedom of choice, freedom of expression, association, and keep Canada what it is, a good country. Right? Anyhow, folks, I will try to get a new episode up sometime before Monday, but keep an eye out near the ground to my community page and my Facebook page. I'm also on Instagram too, so you can check that out. And I'll keep you posted on what's going on. So without further ado, thank you very much, folks, once again for your kind words and the turnout tonight. And like I always say, look after your friends and your loved ones. And remember, humanity and merit wins the day. Take care, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.